Good morning, everybody. It's Sunday. It's Sunday morning. It's chilly out here, but the sun is shining right on me, and it feels great. Good to see everybody. Good to see you. Welcome. Welcome to Morning Coffee with Mitch. As usual, my friends. Drink it if you got it. I will. And you probably want to see my pretty face. And there I am. Ah, that's good. That's so good. Little blues to start the day. People are starting to come in. Good to see you all this morning. Let me lower this microphone down a little bit so it's not blocking my beautiful beard. There you go. Wow. Busy chat. Busy chat. People are coming in. People getting out of bed on Sunday morning. Great to see you all. Great to see you. Hope you've been having a nice weekend so far. I have. We had a great little live stream yesterday afternoon. All the usual suspects in the panel, and we went for almost 2 hours. Attendance was pretty good for a Saturday afternoon, and as long as everybody keeps coming and watching, I'll keep doing that. I had thought about doing away with it, but as long as there's an audience for it, why not? 54 people here this morning so far. Let me give a quick check, make sure that I am streaming. Yes, evidently I am. I don't see people saying, "Where the hell are you, Mitch?" Over in Rumble, we had More to Life was the first one in the chat. No Slow is there. Both Mike Seeley, Sr. and Jr. are in there. And let me refresh that and make sure that it is live. Yes, it is live. It is live. All right. Did the housekeeping. Let me start off while people are coming in and say hi to the early birds and the insomniacs. First one, the winner at 7 p.m. last night. Rick in Miami, Charger, Mopar, and Papa Carnivore disappointed second about 20 minutes later. And then throughout the evening, we had Sandy Blythe, Don Lee, Maciel Ordono's account was in here. Lucy Auerbach came in. Aunt B came in around 10 o'clock. Greg Smith, probably parking his truck for the night at 11:53 p.m. Good to see you. Mike Seeley, Stickman's Garage was in here. Peter chimed in again. Lady June, and that was at 5:15 a.m. One of the first of those that actually went to bed. Cliff Medina is here. How you doing? From the drone capital of the world, New Jersey. Oh, yeah. And Cliff's making political statements. I won't bore you with those. Wayne Herman, Good morning, Wayne. Granny Boot 2 was in. Lynn Gerber was here early. Peter chimed in this morning. Couch Potato, Gina, Cav. I want to try to run through these. Mike Seeley Sr. Rick woke up. Good to see you this morning. Glad you're with us. Mark Booz is here with us this morning. And No Slow, how you doing? Good to see you. CB, Sheriff CB Carmack from Alabama chimed in. Richard Williams is here from Copper Hill, Tennessee. Karen Travis, Smoothie 420. Trina Mitchell, how you doing, Trina? And let's see. Laurie's Carnivore Stories here. Good to see you. Patty Molding from Colorado. Edward Renner's here from San Diego. I'm here from Melbourne, Florida. Mark's channel is here. Good to see you, Mark. And Tanya Kitchen Witch got in my Mitch mug. If you sent me a picture, I don't have it, so send me a picture of you, Tanya, with the mug so we can show you and the mug off. Laurie evidently said it was freezing. I didn't get a chance to read that because Mark said brr. William McCartney's here. How you doing, William? Good to see you. And CB says good morning to me. 8:27. We're getting down to where we actually started this thing. Gary Hall. How you doing, Gary? And Jason H is here. P.O. Hendrickson looking for the first one in at 8:30. Aaron, Booby Goats. Good to see you. And the winner today. I don't know what you won. The honor of being the first one to ring the bell. Tanya. Drink it if you got it. I got the red one. Don't mind if I do. Da-da-da! Steve Rogers, Captain America, our superhero, is in the house. Good to see you, Steve. Good to see you. Paul McGrogan says good morning, and Danny in Boston is here. Hi, Danny. How you doing? Laurie's kind of sad because she don't got it yet. Well, go get it, for God's sakes. Hey, Mark. Mark Whistler's in here. How you doing, Mark? Good to see you this morning. Danita Tess. Hi, Danita. Sharpie Aquatics is here. Joanne Martin. It's 5:30 a.m. in California. Well, thank you for getting up early. I appreciate it. Appreciate it. Fran Mariah, good morning, Mitch and chat. And I'm looking for some new ones. And we have Ketra's here. Hey, Ketra, how you doing? Good to see you this morning as well. And that is it. I have hit the bottom of the chat. Wow. Yeah, we're a little light this morning. We don't have nearly as many people. We're usually up, by this time I get in 5-10 minutes in, we're usually up to about 100 people. So holiday weekend, people are traveling like crazy today. That's great, though. That's fine. Whoever's here, always glad to see you. And if you want to sleep in on Sunday mornings, that would be the day to do it. That would be. Plus, people go to church on Sunday morning. Sometimes I'm surprised at the attendance that I do get. I do get on a Sunday morning. Got 11 people in Rumble. That's okay. All right, let me get to my show notes. And of course, the first show note is always, if you have a question, so we have something to talk about. 3 capital Q's in the chat if you don't mind. And I'll stay here like I have been doing as long as it takes to get through them all. And if we get done early, I'll just dive in the chat with you guys and interact for a while. We'll just visit. That's fine. That's fine too. Okay. I don't need to plug the coffee cups. You know that, but I'm going to. seeing as I got through that pretty quick, I'm going to put a few links in the comments here. I'm going to put a link for the t-shirts and coffee cups first. A lot of people have gotten those coffee cups and t-shirts, and I haven't gotten nearly enough pictures of you. I don't care if you're modest or whatever the reason. Send me a picture. Preferably in your t-shirt, holding your cup. With a ribeye in the other hand, if possible. Also, I'm going to post a link because you guys have been great and you have validated to me the, hang on one second here. I'm busier now. One-arm paper hanger here. You validated to me that if I ask for it, I get it. So I have to do these shameless plugs for myself. And I hate to do it. Well, yeah, I do hate to do it, but I have to do it. So here's the link for the, if you want to buy me a coffee, say thank you to Mitch. Think of it as a tip for the barista. Always appreciated, guys. And then the Amazon links that I have, you know that they're on my website, OldGuyCarnivore.com. If you're looking to pick up anything from Amazon or anything that I use that's in my list of things I use every day, have at it. See a question right off the bat. Since my Christmas celebrations are now complete, congratulations, will you be live streaming right through the holidays? Yes, I will. Lori, I will absolutely be live streaming through the holidays every day, including Christmas morning, where you can share with me, because I have no tree, being Jewish. I have nobody living anywhere near me here. My daughter has presents for me over in Tampa, which I'll, sometime between Christmas and New Year's, I will go visit them. My son has probably a few presents for me under his tree, and I'm going over to dinner at their house on Christmas Day, so I will get them then. But on Christmas morning, sadly, not so sadly, I'll be here. I did get a Christmas present from Samsung. They fixed my phone. Hey, yes, they fixed my phone, and it came UPS yesterday at 5 p.m. I was up until 11 o'clock reinstalling, because they wipe your phone of everything. It's right back to brand new factory. You got to start over. It took me 6 hours to get everything back on this phone, get re-logged into every app, every credit card account, make sure everything worked. Sync it with my watch. God, it is such a job. But they replaced all that goodness inside, and the USB port is now like new. I can actually plug things into this phone again. Anyway, thank you for that question. And Tanya, thank you so much. Gifted five memberships. 5 memberships. And let's see who got those memberships. Oh, I'm going to have to lean forward to read this. Denise Kirk got one. Just a Storm in a Teacup got one. Michael Benson got one. Not a Bee got one. And Sue Ann, wow. Kosidar got one. Congratulations and welcome, and thank you so much. Thank you. I'm sure all those people appreciate it, and I appreciate it as well. Lat's here. Good morning, Lat. How you doing? Tammy Pitarch is here. Lizzie also has no tree. Well, it makes 2 of us. Some of us have Hanukkah bushes, so the Jewish kids don't feel left out, but I don't do that either. Here's a question from Fran Mariah. How are carbs calculated? Because I got non-homogenized milk, but it says 12 grams of carbs and 12 grams of sugar in it. How's that when sour cream doesn't have any of that? That's because milk, unlike cream, has lactose in it, and lactose is sugar. Lactose is one of the sugars, and I believe it's made from galactose and glucose. Like table sugar, sucrose, is made from glucose and fructose. So when two of these sugars combine, they're generally the form that we eat them in and get them, and lactose is what is referred to as milk sugar. And if you watch any gangster movies where they're dealing with drug dealers, they use milk sugar to cut cocaine and drugs like that. Very, very, very fine powder. That's why I tell people, if you're going to eat any dairy whatsoever, make sure it's high-fat dairy, heavy whipping cream, butter, ghee. If you're going to eat cheese, not a skim cheese, a hard cheese. And not to belabor the point, but one of the dastardly health things that they've done to us over the past 60, 70 years is somebody invented skim milk. So what do? They have the milk. The milk is whole milk. It's got plenty of fat in it, which we need. It's got sugar in it, which a baby needs, because milk is for babies. But we adults drink milk, and we're getting all this sugar from the milk. So what do they take out of the milk? They take the fat out and leave the sugar. That makes it worse. And then they give us a big bowl of breakfast cereal, which is all sugar, all complex carbohydrates, grains. And they add the sugar to the breakfast cereal. And then they tell us in order to be healthy, we need to pour the skim milk on top of it, which is more sugar. And then to complete our healthy breakfast, we need to have a big glass of orange juice, which is pure sugar. And if we dare to eat toast, it better be whole grain toast. And don't you dare put butter on it, put margarine on it, because you, my friends, have not gotten your share of seed oils for the day. So the healthy breakfast is pure sugar and seed oils and no nutrition whatsoever, unless you're eating some meat or eggs with it, which they frown on. Because after all, my friends, you don't want to get a heart attack. This was absurd when it started, and the fact that it has become the standard diet is even more absurd. And that's why we fight so hard. So that's a great question. Great question. And if you drink milk, you're going to get sugar. You can't drink milk without sugar. And Papa Carnivore says, Mitch, did you see my testosterone and hormone question? No, I didn't, Peter. Sorry. I had already said hello to you, and that early in the stream, I don't notice the questions most often. I just see Peter, and I already said hi to Peter. I want to try to get through that as fast as I can. If your question was to get me to talk about how hormones are made from testosterone and high testosterone is a good thing, you're absolutely right. Ask it again if it was not that question. Thanks, Peter. I know you want to give me something to talk about, and you know I love talking about that stuff. But no, I missed it this morning. Let's see. Who didn't I say hi to here? Pat Ramirez. How you doing, Pat? And my phone went chime. Could it be? Somebody bought me a coffee. Look at that. Holy cow. Wow, wow, wow. Thank you so much. Reno, Too Little. Bought me 5 coffees. Wow. That's very generous. Very much appreciated, my friend. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. And he says, thanks, Mitch. Have a great day. Well, it just got a little greater. Thank you so much, my friend. Very, very, very much appreciated. And let's see, back to this, and the sun is now in my eyes, as you can see. Wow, wow, wow. And if you don't believe me how bright this is, take a look at this. It's right up there, and it's about to kind of peek behind that palm tree outside the window. So I think maybe I'll be okay. Maybe I'll be okay. I didn't get to the show notes yet. That would be a good time to do that, I think, while you guys are busy asking questions, and I can fall even further behind in the chat like I always do. I'm only 5 minutes behind right now, so let me get to my show notes here. Not a lot to talk about today, but some things to show you. Yesterday I showed you that Christmas card that I got from Carolyn, Aussie gal. And Carolyn sent me an email saying that, thanking me for thanking her and telling me she's really happy I finally got the thing, which was great. And she sent me some pictures, some before and after pictures. And this is amazing. This is amazing. And I wanted to share this with you guys. So I'm gonna share this with you. That's Carolyn. That's Carolyn. Look at that. Now, this must be a relatively old picture. But, wow. Wow. And then she sent me some more pictures. So that's a more recent picture of Carolyn. But her son, that's her son and her husband. And I think that was kind of a before picture right there. There's a family picture. Carolyn is the one in the green dress. You see her son from the other picture is now towering over her. And this is Carolyn evidently now. What a difference. Congratulations, Carolyn. That is quite an achievement. And you know what? I'm going to give you a little cheer with the blue fan in the background. Yes, yes. Congratulations, congratulations. That is great. And there's one more picture here. Look at that. Look at the difference between that and that. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Congratulations, Carolyn. I'm glad you sent me those pictures and I had a chance to share it. You must be very, very, very proud of yourself. Next thing I wanted to talk about this morning is breaking news, drone stuff. I'm going to rename this channel, OldGuyCarnivore and Drone Disasters. We talk a lot about drones. I haven't heard anything about the New Jersey drones yet, and I'm not going to play the audio on this clip, but I am going to show you this because they had a drone show at Lake Eola in Orlando the other night, and the drones started falling out of the sky and it injured some child. So here's this video, and it injured this kid. I think they show this picture of him for a little while. Let me fast forward past the picture. Here we go. And there's the drones. And as you can see, the drones are falling out of the sky. Look at that. They said it was a technical difficulty. The people were running like hell. Now, drone shows are cool. I've seen many of them. They can make anything they want. Disney does them and everything, but they don't. Something happened. And these things, wow. Unbelievable. So at any rate, I thought you might like to see that. It's not something you see every day. I wonder if there was something nefarious going on there. Are people really trying to turn the public so against drones? Who might that be? You think it could be all of the tremendous lobbying that's happening from companies like Amazon and UPS and FedEx and food delivery companies that want to clear the skies at low altitudes of all of these pesky hobbyists and people that may actually enjoy flying drones out of everybody else's way, not bothering anybody. I don't know. But I thought that it was mighty suspicious. Not that I'm a conspiracy theorist or anything, but I thought it was mighty suspicious that this would happen. They have been doing drone shows for years. I've never had anything like this happen, but the fact that it happened now just shows me, something's got to be going on. And did I have anything else here? Yeah, just happy to see that the funding bill passed. They're not going to shut our government down. What would we do without our government? I think they could shut half of it down and nobody would notice. But they only talk about the stuff that they shut down that actually people do care about, like getting their Social Security checks, getting the military paid, and things like that. Don't think they shut down some of the billions and trillions they spend on shit that we don't need. And that ends my political commentary for the day. So let's get back here and look for some questions. That didn't take long. But what a great time. What a great time to take a second out and beg your indulgence, and you'll excuse me while I light my cigar. Enjoy the music. It's a happy music. 109 people are here. God, good to see you guys. Ah, yes. I'm having fun. Are you having fun? Oh, yes. Thank you. Thank you for that brief break. Okay, where were we? We were at 8:40 something, and I like this. Tanya says carnivore cereal is pork rinds and milk. That would be horrible. Oh my God. That would be awful. That would be awful. And here's Chris, Life After Carbs. Good morning. He says, I won this morning's skip-bo game with my mom, but there's always the afternoon game. Congratulations. I don't even know what the hell skip-bo is, but it must be a thing. Must be a thing. Let's see, looking for questions. Anybody else new? I'm going to start cruising through the chat here. Got my show notes out of the way. Somebody new. A lot of conversation going on, guys. That's great. You guys are just talking to each other. Nobody's talking to me. There you go. Oh, it's Peter. Can you please discuss why carnivore can help raise testosterone levels and correct fixed hormones in females and also males? Well, when you're healthy, you're going to have normal testosterone. That's normal testosterone. But the reason testosterone is a big problem in everybody's got very little to do with the diet and more to do with the focus on lowering cholesterol. That's where the problem is. Testosterone and estrogen are the sex hormones, but the precursor to build those hormones is cholesterol. Without cholesterol, your body cannot make estrogen or testosterone. And that pretty much says it all. If you artificially lower your cholesterol with drugs, you can't make testosterone. And the god-awful focus that we have in this country about that one number, that LDL number, which hasn't changed in the medical community yet. They still focus on that. That's all they care about. That is their one indicator of whether you are going to die or not from heart disease. As long as they keep thinking the lower the LDL, the better, and coming up with stronger and stronger and different types of drugs like PCSK9 inhibitors, which are powerful to knock that cholesterol down. And eating a high-carb diet also knocks your cholesterol down. So the combination of eating a lot of carbohydrates, which most everybody does, and taking statins, which so many people do, your testosterone and estrogen do not stand a chance. And I put myself out there, Peter, as an example, as a shining example of how well not eating carbohydrates, that's the key, and not taking a statin, how well it works, because my testosterone is 729, where the average testosterone of young men in this country is now 300 or less. No wonder we have a fertility crisis. No wonder boys are beginning to think they're girls. It's crazy what's happening to us because of good old Ansel Keys and his hypothesis that it is cholesterol and saturated fat that cause heart disease, which is so flat out wrong, and never ever has that been proven in any study or legitimate study. And yet we keep doing it. And we keep doing it. And I watched TV this morning, watched the news. So I found out about the drone show. And all I saw was stories about people celebrating at holiday parties, advertisements for people selling nuts.com, where they were making gift baskets with all of these different candies and nuts in them. Chocolate companies like Lindt. Celebrate, celebrate, celebrate. Stuff your face, go to parties, eat more carbs. Not a mention of a ribeye. Never heard those words out of anybody's mouth. It's crazy, other than a carnivore YouTuber. Anyway, thanks for that question, Peter. It's a good question, and it's something I can't repeat. I can't repeat more than enough. And Lori says she loves the photos. That's great. Yeah, and if any of you have before and after photos and aren't ashamed, you should be ashamed. You should be proud. Should be proud. Send them to me. I'll feature them. Believe me, it gives me great pleasure to show off people's successes, especially if I had even the slightest tiny little bit to do with it. That really makes me proud. AP, good morning from Calgary, Canada. Thinks I'm awesome. Thank you, AP. I think you're awesome, too. Carolyn loves Elvis forever is here. Mama Bear is here. How you doing? And Sandra McDonald from Australia, where it's the evening. Good to see you, Karen. Travis chimed in, looking for questions. I am about 10 to 12 minutes behind, so not too bad. And I'm going to try to catch up. 124 people. Holy cow. I didn't expect that this morning. 9 in Rumble. Wow, pretty cool. Pretty cool. I think I need a sip of coffee here. And it's good and hot, thanks to Francine Bourgeois, who bought me that coffee warmer. Yes, thank you. Thank you so much. And people are talking. Did I say hi to Tammy? I think I did, but if I didn't, hi, Tammy. Hi, Tammy. And Smoothie420, good morning to you. Oh, look at this. Rain Dancer 1980, good morning from 18-degree East Tennessee. I don't feel so bad. It was 49 degrees when I came out here this morning. 49 degrees. So we got the knit cap on, got the heavy sweatshirt on, t-shirt underneath. Feel good. The sun is starting to warm up my little screen porch here, even though it's probably chillier outside. They said the wind chill here in Melbourne this morning was in the low 40s, and I can believe that. I can believe that. So I'm busy scrolling away here, puffing on my cigar. Marvin Malley. Hiya, Marvin, from East Texas. Go carnivore for life. Yes, my sentiments exactly. And Peter. Prolific in the chat, as usual. I haven't seen Ellen yet this morning. I don't know if she's out dog walking or just sleeping in. But I didn't see her in the chat or the pre-chat. Karen says, that music gives me time to start my carnivore venison roast. Well, if my firing up a cigar can help you out in any way, I'm happy. I'm happy. Question from Mariah. Have you seen Yellowstone with the fight between meat eaters and vegan? Funny it was. Actually learned a lot from all those Yellowstone shows. No, I don't watch. I haven't seen that. I haven't seen that. And this is just me. I don't find those kinds, for me anyway, it might be funny, but I already know vegans are fools. I already know that they're incredibly brainwashed. I already know that there's no changing their mind until they get so sick that things start falling off of them and actually realize they're doing something wrong, until they just get so sick and tired of spending all their money in the supplement aisles of the drugstores and trying to keep up with the 20, 30, or 40 different pills they got to take 2, 3, 4, 5, or 6 times a day, keep them all sorted. It's a full-time job. And then hoping that they got the right supplements where the nutrients supposedly in those supplements were bioavailable and didn't just pass right through them, which is true of so many supplements. And I've heard this story, and I've heard the vegans so often. I can't watch it. It disgusts me. I can't watch it. It's great click. Gets a lot of clicks from people who like to watch these things, who it reinforces their own decision to do what they're doing when you see people that are not doing well but still arguing their point. It's not just diet. That's in every field of everything. The car you drive, the sports team you root for, the city you live in. Mine's better than yours. That's just something, human nature. Our team, is better than your team. My car's better than your car. And my diet's better than your diet. And the debate's going to rage on until the end of time. And nothing we can do about it, but I choose not to do those kinds of videos and not to play in that arena and react like so many carnivore YouTubers do, showing the stupid people saying stupid things, when most of us, if we've gotten to this point where we're carnivores, we already know that, and hearing it over and over again may reinforce us thinking we're doing the right thing, but we're not. So, no, I don't go out of my way to watch those things. I'm sure they're probably funny, and some of them are probably very well done and very enjoyable. And if you like them, watch them, please, please. But I don't have the inclination or the time, believe it or not. And they never come up in my feed because I never watch them, so I never get them presented to me anyway anymore. Thank you for the question. Thank you so much. And Bryce Hatch is here. Good morning, Bryce. How you doing? Good to see you. And we're still talking back and forth. I'm only 10 minutes behind. I'm not doing too bad this morning. 133 people with us. Great. I wonder how many of those people don't like me and just watch to find fault. Must be. There's got to be a few of them out there. Hey, Matt. B-Matt is here, going to Sam's Club after this for some, yeah, you're going to go to Sam's Club along with 10 million other people. I don't go on Sundays because of the humongous crowds, and they don't open until 10, and you can't get in early. But good luck. Good luck. I hope you find some meat. I hope you find some meat. Who is this? Susan Ivy. Good morning, everyone. How you doing? How you doing? Good to see you. Good to see you. Hey, Lori's got a question for me. Question, Mitch, are you getting really fast with the chat? Well, and I'm getting a little better, but it's because I'm not stopping to read to everybody, especially in the saying hello phase. I know that can be a little boring. And I'm trying to find a balance of personalizing this so you all know that I know you're here and you're appreciated. But that slows me down. The second thing that slows me down, and I'm not saying it's a bad thing, is Peter. I love you, Peter. But seems like every other entry is from Peter, and I have to read it in order to decide if I need to skip over it or not. And the second offender is not an offender, but somebody that I missed today, and that's Ellen, who I don't want to say her job is, but it's not a job, but she as a moderator is encouraged to interact with as many of you as they can. So today I got Peter. Usually I got Peter and Ellen. And between them, that would account for probably 60% of all entries in the chat. And that's when I seem to go slower. So today without Ellen, I've got half the obstacles out of the way. And I say that, and it's not in a bad way. It's just you ask the question, why am I getting through it faster today? And those are the two main reasons that I get bogged down. But I don't want it to change. I appreciate Peter. I just hope Peter tempers what he says and doesn't say things that he knows that I would disagree with, because that would not be a nice thing to do on my channel, would be to try to take any advice I give and dispute it or say I'm wrong in any way, and I haven't seen him do that lately. So I encourage it. Peter, chat away, man. Chat away. I know people like talking to you, and most of what you say is very helpful. Just don't give medical advice. Don't tell people to stop taking their drugs. Don't tell them not to see their doctor. That's where we have to be very careful. Mark's channel has a question. Anyone have any experience with high ferritin? Well, I haven't. I'm sure people have. And, of course, that's an indicator of iron. I'm not qualified to speak on that, because that touches into certain diseases like anemia and things like that. And there are much more knowledgeable doctors in our space on YouTube making videos about that. So I would suggest you ask them, or just search on any of their channels for ferritin. And guys like Paul Mason could probably talk to it great. Ben Bickman, of course. I would look at Ben Bickman's channel, see if he's got anything on it. I don't think that's something that I can do justice to, and I might make a mistake and say something wrong about it. I have a basic understanding of where it comes from, what it means, but I'm going to leave that for the real experts. Thanks for asking the question, though, and maybe somebody in the chat is an expert on that. And maybe they can help you. It's Jerry Hall, 5:30 question. The wife and I have our Christmas bowling party this evening. Hope we can behave ourselves with all that rabbit food and sweets. Have you ever 5-pin bowled? No, I didn't even know there was such a thing, tell you the truth. I never heard of that. I come from Philadelphia, the Northeast, home to many bowling alleys, and they're all 10-pin. And I bowled like everybody else as growing up. I bowled in leagues. I was never a great bowler. I think I maybe had 140 or so average. I've never been an athlete. Not that you have to be an athlete to bowl, but you know, I had my own bowling ball. That was I was proud of that. I was proud of that. John Logan says 11 degrees in New York State. I guess NYS is New York State. Wow. I'm glad it's not 11 degrees down here in Central Florida, my friend. That would be very cold for here. There were some times, I've lived in Florida for a long time. I've been in Florida for 55 years, and I remember some winters where it did get down into the low teens on certain mornings, and of course we have frost warnings. We have so much tropical vegetation that gets trashed. We have the citrus industry where the fruit freezes. They have to bring out the heaters in the groves, and the frost line, believe it or not, with all the so-called global warming and climate change, when I first moved to Orlando, the frost line was 30 or 40 miles north of here, and that area was nothing but orange groves. The frost line is now south of here. So in those years, in the last 40 or 50, the frost line, where you get freezing temperatures, has been moving south, which should indicate an overall average cooling trend. But don't try to get away with telling anybody that these days. And there are almost no orange trees left here in Central Florida. They're all housing developments now and theme parks. That all used to be where Disney is. When I first moved here, that was orange groves as far as the eye could see. But year after year, those farmers kept having more and more freezes, and they ended up selling that property off to developers. And it's one of the main reasons Central Florida got built up as fast as it has, because of the fact that the land was not useful anymore for the orange crop. Ironically, something we shouldn't be eating or definitely not drinking a lot of. Oh, man, I love this name. Bubba Ganoush. Oh, man, that is a great name. Bubba Ganoush. Holy cow, I love that. What kind of cigar, Mitch? This is a Perdomo Fresca. It's a budget cigar. It comes in bundles of 25, about $4 a stick. A handmade long leaf. Terrific cigar. As good as or better than so many of the $10, $15, or $20 cigars that I've smoked. And you can get them any mail order place. This one happens to be a Churchill Maduro wrapper, but they come in all shapes, all wrappers. It's a great cigar made in Perdomo's a good name. They got a great factory in Nicaragua. Renato D'Amico, how you doing, my friend? Good to see you. And let me get cruising here. Carolyn, Peter's telling Carolyn to put a QQQ in front of her question. Thank you. 9:09 a.m., about 15 minutes behind, so I need to get cruising. But there's another question here from Steve Rogers. I've noticed a change in the taste of my saliva since being on carnivore. Is that my imagination? No, probably not. And God knows what was causing you to have the taste you had before. It could have been, perish the thought, periodontal disease. It could have been maybe you were getting a little gum bleeding, and you can taste that too. So there's no way of knowing why it changed. But yeah, it could be very common, Steve. Could be very common. And I imagine that if you're carnivore, it's going to be, whatever it is now is healthier than what it was before. Carolyn loves Elvis forever. Question, Mitch, can you please show us Papa Carnivores before and after photos? Wow. Yes, I can. I will do that tomorrow morning if you're going to be here. Because, Carolyn, I have thousands of emails in these different folders, and I have to go through the folder where I filed that away to find it again, and that might take me a while. So I will, in fact, while I'm thinking of it here, I will put it in my show notes, Peter's photos. So I remember to do that, and I'll do that tomorrow. I'll do that tomorrow. Because they're amazing. I mean, Peter has lost a lot of weight. Hey, Nikki W. Good morning. Good morning. How are you? How are you? Questions. Looking for questions. I'm looking over for questions and new people. I don't think we're going to get too many new people. Here's another question from Carolyn. Is eating one meal a day healthy even though I may not be eating enough calories? I feel great though and I'm not hungry. Well, there's a lot of variables in that. Depends on how much weight you have to lose. I don't know whether you're one of these people that has to lose hundreds of pounds or you're just trying to drop 20, 30, or somewhere in between. And for people who are trying to lose hundreds of pounds and have all of that energy stored on their body, they could fast and it'd still be healthy because they've got all the energy they need. They just need to make sure you eat enough food to get the nutrients, to get the amino acids, the proteins that you need for structural stuff in your body, not for energy. I always tell people that I found the best thing to do is follow your instincts. If you're not hungry, If you're not hungry, don't eat. But maybe there's something that's hormonally affecting your satiety. Maybe you're getting too much satiety signaling, and maybe you do need to eat enough. I would say, and I hate to use the calories as a measure, but it's what we do, that depending on what your metabolism is, how big you are, how old you are, how tall you are, how much you weigh, you know what I'm saying. Have to estimate what you think your normal metabolism would take to keep you going every day, and make sure you don't eat too much less than that. I mean, I would not eat less than, say, 1,500, 1,300 calories a day. I would not try to be too calorie deficient because, yeah, it could help. Are you eating to satiety? Evidently, in your one meal a day. I'm not a big proponent of one meal a day unless you have a tremendous amount of weight to lose. Most people can't eat enough food. I can't eat enough food at one meal to give me what I need. So I do 2 meals a day, 4 hours apart. So I have plenty of intermittent fasting. I eat early. I finish my last meal by 4 in the afternoon, 5 at the latest, and I have my first meal 11 or 12 in the morning. So I get 19, 20 hours of fasting in every day. And that works for me, and it maintains my weight perfectly. You have to experiment a little bit. But I would not be too food deficient for too long. And you might try to maybe, even if you're not really hungry, but you just kind of feel like I do, like, well, I could eat. You may want to eat a small second meal until you're satisfied. just to make sure. Just to make sure. And I don't know how long you've been doing this either, Carolyn, so hard to say. Hard to say. Trying to give general advice to you that may not apply, so. Good question. Good question. Richard Williams has a burning question. Did we all know bowling was an Olympic sport? No, I didn't know that. But now we know. Thank you, Richard. Thank you. John Logan wants me to talk about it's the cow farts. I think it's actually more literally the cow's burps that they concern themselves with. Yeah, global warming. Yeah. Thank you, John, for that insight. Scott Evans chimed in, says, good morning, retired. Rick is here. How you doing, Rick? Good to see you. And I have been getting some questions. Very cool. Very cool, guys. When I don't talk, you can tell I'm scrolling. Bill Cook chimes in, says, hello, waves at all of us. Good to see you, Bill. Glad you made it today. While we're still here. I want to take one more shot at putting the Buy Me a Coffee link in the chat. If any of you just say to yourself, something's missing here. There's something I wanted to do today and I haven't done. There you go. And if not, that's okay too. That's the limit of my advertising and selling out. And if I sell out to anybody, it's going to be me. It's going to be me. I don't even want to get into it, but I saw a very disturbing video today. And just telling you, if any of you have this thing called honey, any of you people have this thing, it's a discount code thing that works in a browser. It's owned by PayPal now. It's a fraud. They may think you're saving money, but what they're doing is they're stealing money from the influencers that have these links, and they're stealing their affiliate commissions right out from under them. And I watched that video today, and this guy's got so much proof of it. Good old Google, at it again. So I wouldn't be surprised if any of you people have that honey thing in your browser and you buy something on my Amazon link and you click anything, even the button that says, we can't find you any discounts, you got that. The minute you click that button, my affiliate commission goes to Google. Believe it or not. My blood boiled when I saw that. I'm going to talk more about that tomorrow. They're all whores, my friend, every friggin' one of them. And who are they stealing from? They're stealing from little guys like me. No wonder I can't make any money doing this. It's crazy. It's crazy. We are, and I told you the other day, we are nothing but grist for the mill of these people in the big companies in tech business and drug business and food business. I don't think there's anything more that they can take from us than they're already taking. It's crazy. It's crazy. And I'm relegated to begging for a cup of coffee. It's sad. It's so sad. It's so frustrating. Anyway, I'm trying to be here spreading love and peace and joy. So, and that's what I'm doing. That's what I'm trying to do. But I do have to tell you guys this thing. If any of you people are using that, they actually go out of their way, and this guy had, I mean, this is true, and I believe it, to keep you from seeing the best coupons when they're supposed to be presenting. Any of those things that, those so-called free services that everybody gives you to help you. Nobody's helping you. All they want to do is help themselves to some of your or somebody else's money. And this thing has been around for years, and they have had every huge influencer from Mr. Beast to Marcus Brownlee to Linus tech tips. Everybody was pitching this honey browser extension to help you. Most of them have pulled out because they found out that it was costing them all their affiliate commissions by recommending this. They weren't not only making any money on it, they were losing the money they were working so hard to make. It's crazy. So if you got it, delete it. It's not doing you any good, it's hurting you. You could go on the internet and search for coupons and find all of the really good coupons that this was hiding from you, because the companies that are affiliated with this company, honey, are able to pick the coupons they don't want you to see, and those are always their best coupons. Why would they want you to see their best coupons when you're going to a company that's telling you they're finding you the best coupons on the internet, and this one is the best one we could find, or we couldn't find any? You click on their button that says okay, and the affiliate commission is gone from the person that actually earned it, and it goes into PayPal, into the honey subsidiary of PayPal. I knew these guys were thieving whores. As the first I heard of it this morning, I had no idea. That's going to make me rethink any of these discount bullshit things that even my credit card companies like Capital One have. Always pushing you to sign up for these programs. There's something, gotta be something nefarious behind every one of them. Even if they're not stealing from you, they're stealing from somebody. It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy out there. I'm at the bottom of the chat, guys. That's why I'm ranting a little bit. I don't rant very often anymore. I try to keep this incredibly positive, but this was very serious. I mean, when I saw this morning, very, very serious. And we're down to the bottom of the chat. Down to the bottom of the chat, and it's 9:30. God, that never happened. Holy cow. Still got 131 people here, but not a lot of chatting going on. And DS111 says, oh, Scott Evans has a question. Did I miss Scott Evans' question? Okay, I will. Scott Evans has a question. Yes, he says QQQ. Oh, Smoothie has a question. Smoothie, how much of the cost of a cup of coffee do they keep? That's the beauty of the coffee thing. The beauty of the coffee thing. They keep 5%. And when you consider that it costs them at least 2 or 3% that the credit card company that it goes through takes, they probably make a point or two, which is a gift to anybody in the payment processing industry. Because Google, PayPal, take 30% from me. So if somebody gives me a $5 super chat, I end up with about $3 and change of it. If somebody buys me that coffee for $5, I get $4.85 of it, which to me is fabulous. Fabulous. Also, the cup of coffee people settle up once a week. So if you buy me a coffee today, I will get the money next Wednesday. If you give me a super chat today, I will see that money in 60 to 90 days from Google. Which is why I would much rather, if you want to help me out, you want to support my efforts, absolutely use that buy me a coffee thing. That's why so many people are doing it. They're not hogs when it comes to sticking their hands in everybody else's pocket. They're running a great service. And there's another funny expression that I heard a long, long time ago. And that expression is, pigs get fat, but hogs get slaughtered. Don't be a hog. Too many people are. You can be a little piggish. It's okay to look out for yourself. It really is. I know I do it, and I struggle with it, but I do it because I have to. But I'll never be a hog. That's maybe why I'm in the shape that I'm in right now. Donita Tess, Coffee Clutch Carnivore. Ask and you shall receive. Enjoy. Mitch, cheers. Bought me a coffee. Thank you. Thank you, Donita. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. And yes, I did learn that. I did learn that. I learned that. My father taught me that when I was 2 years old, I think. If you don't ask, you don't get. And it's true because it's not on everybody's mind. I understand that. You know, people don't wake up in the morning and the first thought is, oh man, I can't wait to buy Mitch a coffee today and show him how much I appreciate it. No, many of you may not even like me. You may not appreciate a thing I do. You may just like to tune in every morning to see some old man making a fool of himself. I don't know. But obviously, a lot of you do appreciate what I do, and you keep tuning back in here, so this must be entertaining in some form, and that's great. That makes me feel good. That makes me feel better than money. Doesn't mean I don't need money, but that's what keeps me going. I'm getting no support from Google whatsoever on YouTube. My videos, if I even waste my time 8 hours making a video to put out there and get 1,000 views total and it goes into oblivion, nah. My channel's turning more into a podcast kind of a channel with daily shows and clips from the podcasts that are meaningful and like Joe Rogan does. Joe Rogan doesn't make videos. Not that I'm Joe Rogan, but Joe Rogan does podcasts, and they have a thing they call JRE clips where he takes a clip when he says something, and everything I've ever said in my videos, I end up saying in these morning live streams or my evening live streams in answering questions. And the fact that it's triggered by the questions makes it relevant and timely because it's on your mind, rather than me sitting around saying, oh God, I should put out a video today. Things are so slow. The only bad part of it is that Google does not promote these live streams. Unless you're subscribed, you'll never see them in your recommendations. They do promote videos and shorts, however. And that's the only way to really grow a channel. So I'll keep making videos, but I'm not going to make and continue to make the number I have been. I have over 500 videos that I've made. Everything I ever say, I've probably said 10 times before. It's just never pushed out to anywhere. Some of those videos get no views, but they're there. They're there. It's very frustrating. I'll tell you, ask anybody on YouTube about the joys of doing this, and they will tell you what joys. If you don't get some personal satisfaction where you know you're doing good, or you got some kind of a con going on, or you're working for your sponsors or something like that, or you're doing silly shit, and silly people are watching your views millions of times. For an old guy like me, I don't know what else I would want to do other than this. There's Scott's question. Scott Evans' question. My weight loss has stalled. Any ideas how to kickstart it? You can't kickstart it. You can only try to figure out why your weight loss has stalled, how long it's been stalled, and accept the fact that if you're doing things right, and that's a big qualifier, if you're not cheating, if you're not going back to square one all the time, if you're eating enough food, if a frog had wings, he wouldn't bust his ass when he jumped. I like that one. If a frog had wings, that's if. Stalls are a normal part of weight loss. Your body does not want to give up that hard-fought energy that it's stored away. No more than you would want to go siphon the gas out of the gas tank in your car for no reason, just to make your vehicle lighter. And the body has to reevaluate its energy needs with its energy supply every once in a while and say, okay, do I really need to be carrying around this much energy? And it's a balance. It's not calories in, calories out or anything. It's your basic metabolism. And stalls can go for months or longer sometimes. You're concentrating on weight loss. Look at the other things. Look at the victories. How's your body shape doing? You may not be losing weight, but maybe you're actually putting muscle on. How you feeling? How about those conditions that you have? Are they getting better? And if all that is true, take the win. Take the win. Keep doing what you're doing. And eventually, the weight will come off. Unless you have a medical condition that needs attention that I don't know and can't help you with. But I can maybe reassure you in saying that stalls, if you were losing weight, especially weight in any significant amount, and you didn't stall, then I would wonder what was wrong with you. Hope that answers that for you. I hope that answers that for you. If you want to ask it again and give me a little more specific information, how long you've been doing carnivore, whether you're true to it or not, what little things you might be eating, like cheese or other things that you think are okay, but maybe not for you, how much weight you have to lose yet, things like that, then I can maybe zero in and make a better guess at it. But it's only going to be a guess. It's only going to be a guess. Look, even if I was a doctor and you came to me and I did all the blood tests and examined you and everything, every diagnosis pretty much, even from a doctor, is a guess, especially these days. The S111 says, that's a good question. I always like to talk about stalls because it happens to everybody. The good news is, if you haven't lost any weight, you can't stall. Isn't that a great thing? That means you lost weight. You lost weight. Take the win and wait for it to start again. And if you're getting health benefits from it, that should be the main objective here. Question, coffee is supposed to be room temperature. Mine always gets cold. Is the desktop warmer on your link? Yes, it is. Yes, it is. It's in my Amazon page. It's this little bugger right here. I have it set to 145 degrees. This coffee is still, the bottom of the cup is almost, I can touch it, but I wouldn't want to hold on to it for a while. It's the perfect temperature at 145. This little warmer, it's like 20-something bucks. It goes up to 185 degrees, which, if I wanted to fry an egg on it, I would do that, but not for coffee. 145 is the second to the lowest setting. That's 131, then 145. And you touch this button over here. This button turns it on and off. And this button is a timer where you can set it to turn off in 1 hour, 2 hours, however many hours. And it's got a little digital display here, which reads out the temperature. And I think I turned it off. Yes, I turned it off with all the touching. It's a great little deal. I think it was one of the most popular one that was being sold on Amazon, and the price seemed right. So yes, thanks for the question. It is there, and it's a cool deal. And even look at this, guys, even though I finished on time, there's still 130 here, I'm still talking. I hope I didn't bring it down with that little rant about that honey thing, but man, I was dumbfounded when I watched that. I should give you a link to that video, but I don't think it would mean anything to any of you that are not on some affiliate thing like I am with Amazon, and are not an influencer, because we're the people that they're stealing from. But in the meantime, they're deceiving you into the fact that by using their thing, you're getting the best discount. You're not. In most cases, they come up with a message to say, you are getting the best price, click here. And when, to close the window, when you click and close the window, the affiliate link gets replaced by their affiliate link, and that's Google, and they get the commission, not you as an influencer. How wrong How wrong is that? It's like stealing pencils out of a blind man's pencil cup. My silence indicates my disgust at people that'll do that. And huge organizations like Google that'll do that. And the rumor was that Google paid $4 billion for that company when they bought it. If it's worth $4 billion to Google to buy that scheme, that company, so that they can get the profits from it, you know they're stealing a shit ton of money. I'm sorry, here I go. That one just hit me this morning. That really hit me. Robbie Autry's checking in at 9:36. Robbie, you're an hour late, but we're still here. Good to see you. Good to see you. Laurie's got another question. Mitch, you don't seem to know how much you are appreciated. You are very, very much. Thank you so much, Laurie. I can't hear that enough. I can't hear that enough. And I do know it. I know it by, you buy me coffees, you put up with me, you put up with my cigars, you keep coming back. You keep coming back. And I know it. And if I didn't know it, I wouldn't keep doing it. Because why would I do this if I wasn't appreciated? I have other ways, other YouTube stuff I could do that isn't being throttled and considered disinformation. I have so many. I'm a good editor and a good photographer. I could redirect this channel and make videos that would get me hundreds of thousands of views and make me some real money. I don't want to do that. I don't enjoy doing that. I enjoy this. If I was much younger, I wouldn't be doing this. But I enjoy doing it. So thank you so much. Thank you so much. And being told I'm appreciated is the best thing about this job. Other than maybe smoking my cigar in front of the whole world, which is kind of like a double-barreled middle finger from me, in case you didn't realize. Not directed at you, but anybody that might be offended. And I'm having fun. I'm having a ball here. I'm having a ball. I'm not in a hurry to get out of here. If you are, feel free. I wouldn't hurt my feelings because people have things to do, but it is Sunday morning. DS1, thanks so much, man. Mitch is better live. Who needs today's TV talk shows? Yeah, I love this morning thing. I think I found my true calling here in this advanced age that I am. I think I found something that a lifetime of experience in all different things has kind of groomed me, believe it or not, to be a morning talk show guy. I feel like I'm in great company when I do this. I love all of you. God, it's crazy. I have a lot of respect for all of you. I enjoy the live streams where you guys come in. So thank you for being here. I see another question. Guess my next question. I wonder what they do with our information after. Well, we all know what Google does with our information. They use it primarily to target advertising to us. That's where the profit is. They don't use too much of it for real nefarious stuff. But do you ever wonder why a thought crosses your mind and within 5 minutes you've got an email advertising the thing to you that you're thinking about? It baffles me, but it just seems like that always happens. Yes, they know everything about us. We have cell phones in our pockets. Those are little spies. They know where we are, how long we've stayed there, every minute of every day. They can listen through the microphones. They can see through the cameras. I don't worry about that because what the hell is there to see with me? I don't care if they know where I am. They want to watch an old man, fine, let them watch an old man. But for some people who have secrets and are doing nefarious things and have business things they want to keep confidential, ditch your cell phone, my friend. Turn off the GPS. I know that We get lulled into that because all those things are so convenient for us. I can just yell at my cell phone. It'll give me any answer to any question. I can program it. It turns my lights on and off at predetermined times. I have home automation. All that stuff just tells these big companies more and more and more about us. They know what time, if you have a burglar alarm that's internet connected, they know what time you left the house and what time you got home. Fortunately, I don't think they're selling that information to burglars. But they could. So if you're the kind of person, and there are so many people like that, don't have anything to do with Google in any way, shape, or form. Don't use their mail. Don't use their browser. Use Firefox with what they call the DuckDuckGo search engine. They don't collect any information, at least is what they say, and nobody's contradicted that yet. Get a flip phone that's not internet connected. Stop texting. Stop talking on the phone. Because somebody's listening or recording it somewhere. And not only that, but they've got artificial intelligence instantly transcribing these conversations and looking for certain keywords so they can alert the proper government agency of a potential threat. So be careful of what you say on the phone, even if you're joking, lest the Homeland Security people show up at your door. We are not. The Fourth Amendment in this country is over. We have no privacy. We may claim we have a right to privacy, but that privacy doesn't exist anymore. I don't care. They can watch me. They can watch me from morning till night. I got nothing to hide. And if you got nothing to hide, I wouldn't worry about it. I can ignore the ads that they target me with. That's fine. I can live with that. I enjoy the convenience of email and texting and talking on the cell phone and being able to search for things. I don't care if they know what I'm searching for. But if you've got something to hide, you need to ditch all that stuff. Get yourself, if you need a cell phone, just get a flip phone and the basic account. So if you had to call 911, you could do it. Question, another question. You guys keep asking them. That's okay. Did you know you can preheat your coffee cup with hot water, let it set, pour out, then fill with coffee? Yes, that would be great. Yes, Mark, I didn't never think of that. I never thought there was a need for me to preheat my coffee cup. I use the Keurig machine. I always have to let it cool off a little bit anyway after it makes the coffee because it's too hot to drink when it first comes out of that. So obviously the cup didn't need to be. And now what I do is I generally have this little heater. So I'll take it right out of the Keurig machine, set it right down on the heater. So I wouldn't need to do that. But that's a good idea. You can do that. You just have to wait for the hot water to run. You have to, if you're not using the hot water, you got to let it heat up, and you may not want to waste that much water, not with what water costs these days, but not a bad idea. And we have another question here from Robbie Autry. I think you guys are late questioners. I think I've discovered that the longer you sit here listening to me, the more questions pop into your mind. Which is why I should never worry about running out of questions and not having anything to say. And I don't worry about that. That's the biggest worry of anybody doing any kind of a live stream like this is, what happens if everything just comes to a screeching halt? What do I do? Do I get up and do a song and dance? I can always drink coffee and smoke cigars and just interact with you guys in the chat because you are a chatty group. But this question, do you find the hair on your head is getting darker on Carnivore? Absolutely. Are you kidding me? Absolutely. What hair I got. It's not, no more hair is growing, but here. Look. There's a little gray in there. I'm almost 78 years old, for God's sakes. Look. Yes. Absolutely. I'm not the only one. So many people doing this have commented. Not only that, but my friggin' fingernails. I never had to cut my fingernails, so I had to cut them this morning. I'm growing claws, for God's sakes. My toenails. It's crazy. Everything is just chugging along and working so much better. And there's only two possible reasons. The first reason is I'm nourishing it with the right stuff, the right building materials. And the second reason is I'm not poisoning it at the same time. So when you stop poisoning yourself by stopping grains and sugars and seed oils and replace that with things that have all the nutrients you need, you can't help but get better. Unless it's gone too far. Sometimes machinery can't be fixed if it gets too broken, unless you start replacing parts. And we all know that's not a great thing to have to do when you're a living human being. All right, I'm still going. 9:43. Yeah, I've managed to get myself 10 minutes behind again. All right, guys. I think I'm just going to breeze through it here, look for any last-minute questions. I doubt we got a whole lot of... just as I say that, I see somebody, Gordon Barlow, that I haven't said hi to, a new person. You're a little late here, Gordon, but welcome anyway. Welcome anyway. We love hearing your repeats. Thank you. That's great. That's great. Great. And good to see you from England. Always like to see people from England and Europe and Ireland and Finland. Tuka up in Finland. And as long as I stay here, you guys are going to continue to chat. I ought to create a live stream that basically says, Mitch's live chat, just start it in the morning and just leave it live. Play a little non-copyrighted music in the background. You guys, although there's better ways to do that. It's been suggested that I put up a Discord server, but I just have to not further complicate this thing that I do and just keep it and do what I do. I think you all stopped asking questions. Oh, no, you didn't. No, you didn't. Who is this? Mark Whistler says, just run the water through the Keurig to heat the cup first. Yeah, you could do that. You could do it, but I don't, Mark, I don't ever have a problem. By the time the coffee's in the cup, it's almost too hot to touch. I don't know if I'd want it any hotter, but yeah, you could do that. You could do that. My cups don't get that cold. But thank you. And thanks for the cups, man. Man, I love them. I love them. I used the Kenny cup on my live stream yesterday afternoon, too. And tomorrow morning, I'm going to use the other cup you sent me, the one that you sent for Ellen, too. I'm going to use the one with the old guy face on the front and the morning coffee with Mitch on the back. Observer is here. I haven't seen you before either. And I'm running through it. I want to get to the end. The S111, I could be wrong, but I doubt it, is how Mitch's personality has rubbed off on me. Yes, sir. Confidence. Confidence. Always leave yourself a little out. It's kind of like the weathermen do. They never say there's a 100% chance of rain, do they? They always leave themselves an out. There's a 98% chance of rain today. And then the next day, somebody says, you know, you said there was a 98% chance of rain, but it didn't rain. And they say, well, I was still correct because I said there's a 2% chance it won't rain. All right, I got to the bottom. And that banging that you hear is my next door neighbor has got a back door that doesn't latch. And instead of fixing it, whenever he goes out the back door and he tries to get in, he has to slam it 10 times until it finally latches. I'm almost ready to head over there with a screwdriver, for God's sakes. And he always does it because he has a big dog he needs to take out in the morning during my live streams. Bang, bang. Anyway, but I'm happy. I'm happy. I'm very happy because I got to the bottom of the chat. It's 10 o'clock Sunday morning. It's time to go. You go home now. You go home now, all 130 of you. You have a great day. Have the great rest of the weekend. I'll be back here tomorrow. I may not even put out a video today. I may put out a clip this afternoon. We'll see. We'll see. For what good it does me. But I try to pick out some of the better little rabbit holes that I get down into sometimes on these streams, so that they'll become part of legacy videos, and maybe people will find them down the road, people that would never ever find the live streams. So I'll give you a couple minutes to frantically say goodbye to everybody in the chat. I'm going to relight my cigar for the last time on this live stream and drink a sip of coffee, and then I'll give you the day off. Everybody's saying goodbye. When you've heard that music as many times as I have, you'll know exactly when it ends. Thanks for coming, everybody. Have a great day. It's gorgeous here. Going to be a gorgeous day. I hope it is where you are, too. I will see you tomorrow morning, 8:30. Be there or be square. And in the meantime, you know you can take the rest of the day off and eat meat.